This tells you that this can happen to anybody. Nobody is immune from crime.
DA Jason Williams prosecutes people accused of carjacking, and now he's talking about the terror of being a victim himself. Good evening, and thanks for watching. I'm Katie Moore.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. Well, DA Jason Williams says all he could think about was protecting his mom and the two guns pointed directly at him.
We showed you the exclusive video of the incident at noon, and just minutes ago, we obtained the audio from Williams' 911 call. So let's take a listen.
New Orleans 911, Rufia, this is your emergency.
This is District Attorney Jason Williams, and I was just carjacked at the corner of Race and Magazine Street.
Were any weapons involved?
Yes, two guns, 3 to 4 assailants.
Williams says he called police as soon as the gunmen were gone. As Mike Pearl's team reports, the DA says he was just as horrified as all the victims he's interviewed about these same crimes.
Get out the car, Mama. Let me get my mom out the car.
That's the voice of New Orleans District Attorney Jason Williams, wearing the orange shirt in this video at the very moment a pair of carjackers point guns at him and his 78-year-old mom. In an interview just 12 hours after Williams was carjacked Tuesday night in the Lower Garden District, he said the masked gunmen were just a couple of feet away.
That hole seems a whole lot bigger when it's pointing directly at you.
What's running through your head when a gun is pointed at you?
You know, it is every bit as horrific as it sounded when I have sat and listened to crime victims.
He said he thought about the murder case his office is prosecuting against 4 juveniles accused of dragging 73-year-old Linda Fricky to her death in a carjacking last year.
Linda Fricky was on my brain because my mom doesn't move very quickly now. And I said I can't until I get my mom out of the car.
But mostly, Williams said he was focused on his mom's safety.
Seeing the fear in my mother's face, seeing the terror in her eyes when she looks at the gun and looks back at me and looks at the gun and looks back at me, fearing the worst for me and fearing the worst for herself. I mean, she's really messed up.
In the end, Williams said he considers himself lucky. He and his mom were not hurt. His Lincoln Navigator was recovered.
This could have ended in a far worse way. So we are extremely grateful to God that no one was hurt.
Williams said he is now concentrating on helping his mom get over the trauma. Mike Pearlstein, Eyewitness News.
Williams' car was recovered a little while later uptown, but police haven't named any suspects or announced any arrests yet.
Now, according to New Orleans police, Jason Williams and his mother were carjacked just after 10 last night near the corner of Magazine and Race Streets. Williams was walking his mother to his black Lincoln Navigator to drive her home. She was already in the passenger seat when 2 men wearing masks approached the DA with guns drawn, demanding he give up the vehicle. Williams complied after getting his mother safely out of the car. He says there was a 3rd suspect driving a getaway vehicle. Lower Garden District neighbors said the area has been safer lately, but unfortunately, crimes like this still happen.
I know that was probably quite upsetting. You know, I'm glad they made it out okay. It could have went a whole different direction. But you know, what do you do? What can you do, you know, with that kind of thing?
So police say this carjacking may be connected to a second one that was about 30 minutes later in the 1800 block of Barone, about a half-mile away. In that case, 2 men approached a 22-year-old woman with guns, demanding her keys. She complied, and the men took off in her white Honda Civic. The suspects are still at large.